Here in my garage with the HAIER freezer. This freezer stopped working. Basically, the run light, as you can see, is on down there, and the power light was on, and it was trying to get the freezer cold, but it was not really cold or frozen, and it got pretty warm in there. So we had to get rid of all the food out of there, and I figured out how to fix it. I couldn't find anything on YouTube or anywhere else to kind of fix this. I'm all about fixing things instead of wasting money and throwing it in the garbage pail for no reason. And, you know, it's hard to recycle things like this, and, you know, we're good about recycling things, but it's a lot of money to recycle, so a lot of the times I like to fix things instead of throwing it out, if it can be. Not all the time. What you'll need is a multimeter like this. Pretty much anything works. Like this one has, let's zoom, focus in here. We got AC, DC, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Simple that, and a flashlight, and a screwdriver to take off this area, which is where the motor is. I'll give you the refrigeration specs here. Let's go on removing the side here, and I'll show you what's inside. Alright, we got our cover off. We're all ready to get inside here. I'll show you some of the components here that you're seeing. Sorry for this jiggly video. Trying to get down here. Alright. So basically, this is where the Freon is, and this device is actually what makes it cold, the Freon, and actually goes up through these tubes and go into the freezer area and make everything cold. This white box here is the control unit that you saw in the front, which is right over here. And we got a couple other components here. It's going to be hard to get in there. This white thing all the way in the back here, that is a capacitor. And basically what that does is brings the voltage up higher than what comes out of the wall. Especially in a motor like this, to start, it draws a lot of current. So basically what this does is hold it inside there, and when this kicks on, it draws it from here first, and then it gets it from the wall. So basically when it kicks on, this helps it kick on without less draw and stuff, which makes it a little more energy efficient too. Alright, so what we need to do to fix this is get in here, this box here. Now, safety's first. Make sure you unplug the freezer. In my case, this was running, and it was pretty hot, and it was not making a normal sound of a refrigeration. So I really thought it was the capacitor in the back, because the capacitors go pretty easily. They're a unit that is always working, it's always on, it's always storing, and they just die, like everything else. So I'm going to take this apart, show you how to test the capacitor, but it wasn't the capacitor until then. Sorry guys, forgot to tell you how to take it off. This basically, you push this in, and this whole black piece comes out. I'm going to do that off video because it's a little bit of a pain in the neck and I can't hold the camera at the same time. I'll give you guys an example. So basically, push on this, and use a screwdriver to pop it out from that little hole back there, and basically it just comes off like that. Then this black piece comes out, and then we got access to all the wires and all sorts of stuff in here, which I'll explain to you. Alright, I'm going to try to take this off with the video in my hands. Alright, let's see if I can get a good image of this. I'm going to take this back piece off too. This whole black piece off too, back here. comes out, it's a little bit of a pain in the neck, as you can tell. There you go. Come on, there we go. Out we go. Alright, so this metal thing that looks like this. Come on, focus. Oh, come on, Mr. Camera. Focus for me today. Camera doesn't like to focus sometimes. Sorry, guys. Alright, so this piece back here, this is your overload, basically, detector. And basically, if you can see, I'm sorry, this video is not coming out as good as I want in terms of quality. Focus. Hopefully it's better on the computer than here. Alright, so basically you have one wire coming in. That's right there, this black wire. And then you have one wire going out. And if I can get back in there, that back there, this white piece here, is the actual starter for this big black motor. And okay, what gets attached to there? Hold on, I want to move this out. There we go, better. You get to see more back there. Basically, all these wires get attached to that. So, my first concern was that capacitor in the back. So, that's what I ended up testing first, but you also want to test here first as well. You can do it in any sequence you want, but whatever you want to do. So basically, this wire and this wire, you want to disconnect off of the back of this. Take that out, and get your voltmeter here. Go all the ways up. I call it the beeping setting here. You put it on here, and sorry for that. Every time I make a video, someone's got to interrupt it. But yeah, so basically you put it on this setting. You get it to where you take these two and you can touch it, and it makes it a beeping noise. Okay. You want to take, like I told you, you're going to take this off and touch one to this side, and if it beeps, that means your load detector is working properly. Your overload protector is working properly. So that's fine. Then what you want to do, this is, because I don't want to take it all apart again, this is the actual starter back there. Your capacitor back there, that black wire runs over and gets connected to the two prongs that are right here. So basically what you want to do is take both of those off the prongs, take these two, put one on each side, and basically in this beeping mode, it's putting out power. So what you want to do is leave it on there for a little while, and it'll charge up inside that capacitor, and then what you want to do is switch your multimeter to DC volts. And what you'll see is when you put it on there, if you got like 12 point something and it's going down, down, down slowly, I'll try to put a link of another YouTube video of that happening. Basically, it just keeps dropping all the way down to 0. Now, that means your capacitor is fine. Now, if your meter is just showing zeros, like basically now, because I have it in my hand, I'm touching the prongs. If it shows 0, your capacitor is dead. It's just not working right. In this case, with this freezer, if your capacitor dies, they don't have any more on the market. The manufacturer stopped making those capacitors in the back. So if you have this series freezer, you're more than likely, or that container, that cylinder capacitor like that, more than likely you're not going to be able to get it. So your freezer is practically garbage because they don't have any other kinds of capacitors to put in here in order for this to work. But in my case, it was not the capacitor that was broken. So after you test the capacitor and your overload detector with your multimeter with those settings, you then can say those two parts are working fine. And basically, my concern then was all the way back here is that starter, which you can see there, which is also on here. This is the old part. I thought it would be a little easier. Let me see if it looks a little better on the blue. It sort of does. Okay, so you tested these two prongs are your capacitor connections, and there is also a connector here, which is also which comes off of the overload protector here and goes in. I don't know if you can see it back there. See, it's all the way back there. That silver prong that comes out, that is your overload protector where it gets plugged into. So it's not on here. This slides off. It's a little bit of a pain in the neck, but this slides off. You have to put it in there and push this whole unit down with this going on to there. It's a little bit of annoyance, but once you get it on, it works. So this other side, there's a brown wire that comes off there. I forgot exactly where it goes. But before you take it apart, take a picture of it, and you'll know where everything goes. So my then next thought was this starter, by just looking up the model numbers here, and actually I believe I just looked up this top number here, if I can focus, and that's where I found out that this is the starter for this big black unit. So I replaced this this unit for the big black unit over there. This unit is the starter, and basically these two prongs go in with that third prong for the overload protector, and slid it in, plugged it all back up, fixed it up, put all these boxes back together, and that was the fix. And it works. I will show you it in working action. Just to show you, I got the cover back on, a little bit of a pain in the neck, but the cover's back on now. Sorry, this light sucks in here. Alright, there we go. Then you gotta put your little clip on. You gotta get underneath here, get on that clip, basically push back until you hear that, and then you're clicked on. Once you install this part, more than likely your unit's gonna work. Our refrigerator is about 5 years old, so something like this is gonna go on it. Alright, I am going to close this up now and turn her on. I thought this was really funny and stupid at the same time. I'll give you the name of the company, which is right here. This is where I got this part. I will try to put the link up for it. But this little part came in this huge box for no reason. But yeah, I thought that would be funny for you guys. Alright, so we now have power plugged it in, and as you can hear, the nice sound. That's the sound you want to hear, that your freezer is actually working the right way. That's basically what you want to hear. So, this refrigerator's been running, this freezer's been running for about 3 days since I fixed this. Couple tests I did is to put in these freezer things, ice packs, see if they actually get frozen, and they have. The next thing you want to do is putting in a one of these temperature things and see how cold it gets. And it's been at 0 for 2 days. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully I can help you fix your freezer if you have this problem. Just another tip for you guys. When you do start your unit over again, you want to start from 1 and like leave it overnight and then come back and move it up to 2. You don't want to just jack it up real quick. It'll destroy the unit and it won't work properly. You want to move it up slow. Alright. Thanks for watching.